Cancer and Cancer Rising. This is your October 2016 forecast. So September was a bit of a rocky month with 2 eclipses, and the energy was overall quite unstable. We had the change of seasons with the equinox, and we had Jupiter moving into your 4th house in Libra. But because of all the changeability in the air, things didn't really get settled. But this is going to change this month. October is said to be a lot more harmonious, relaxed. There are a lot more opportunities for enjoying yourself and for connecting with home and family, because the new moon on the 1st of October is going to be in your 4th house, joining Jupiter there. So Sun, Moon and Jupiter, it's kind of like a housewarming for Jupiter and Libra in your 4th house. And Jupiter will stay there for an entire year until October next year. So it's really a big theme in your life in the background is going to be getting rooted and connected and secure in terms of family ties, in terms of the home. With a new moon on the 1st, it can show wanting to redecorate your property, wanting to invest in your property, or invest in other properties. So, this is a new beginning for a project around renovation, redecoration, anything that's going to help you feel that your home base is more secure, and it's a place where you feel nourished and connected. So strengthening family ties, definitely a big theme, and work in the home generally, and then, like I said, potentially investing in properties. So if you need to connect with family members, then it's that time to delve into your past and sort things out, and to really strengthen ties with the people that matter to you. So let's look at what else is happening in your chart this month. Mars is going to be in Capricorn for all of October, and it's going to be in your 7th house of significant others and partnerships. So these can be long-term partners like marriage partners or business partners or people that you consult with. But Mars here can be quite aggressive, so it's very strong in Capricorn, so it can show partners being pushy or domineering, or alternatively you being pushy and domineering. But what it's really trying to do is bring cooperation and teamwork into partnerships in your life. So work on constructive resolution of problems, because there'll be a lot of energy around that. A lot of it's going to be tying into home life and career, and so you want to get a balance between all of these things. But Mars in Capricorn is very favorable for business partnerships. And, it's how you can develop your ideas and projects more effectively through teamwork, through cooperation, through partnerships. So if you need to air some issues and, clear the air, as it were, then this is very much the energy that you want to use for that, but in a constructive rather than an explosive way. For the first half of the month, Venus is going to be in your 5th house. This is the house of pleasure, sex, romance, speculative ventures. So it could be, perhaps a little bit of gambling luck for you in terms of something that you want to invest in. Venus can be quite lucky here, but it's also very good for connecting with romantic partners in a loving way and in a pleasurable way. So doing fun things with romantic partners and, enjoying yourself, taking it easy a little bit. And it's very good for deepening ties with children, so fun activities with romantic partners and children are very favorable, especially in the beginning of the month. And I'd say use those first 2 weeks to really enjoy yourself as much as possible. Things will get a little bit more serious in the second half of the month, though not necessarily in an entirely unpleasant way, but the first half of the month is relaxing, feeling established, feeling connected and secure. And, starting up any projects, long-term projects around the home and property, and resolving family issues, and using the energy of the new moon to perhaps have a housewarming party, or, do something special to commemorate a new home, or buy something special for your existing home. You'll be wanting to spend time in the garden, spend time fussing around, making things as comfortable as possible so that you've got a strong, secure base for the future. So let's look at the aspects this month. Like I said, the month kicks off very beautifully with a new moon in Libra and in your 4th house of family and home. So, a very optimistic, confident feeling for you around the home, wanting to feel secure and connected. And the Sun and Moon are also sextiling Saturn, which is a good energy for getting things done. So you're handling duties and responsibilities very well. You know, it's not just pie in the sky dreams. You've got an actual tangible action plan, you know, for executing things that you want to do, whether it's renovations, you know, whether it's, you know, consulting people for assistance in terms of what you're doing, and, you know, chatting things over with your partner. So lots of big ideas and, you know, some constructive action plans in terms of execution. So on the 1st of October, Venus is trining Neptune, and like I said, Venus is in your 5th house of romantic partnerships and children, and Neptune is in your 9th house of travel and adventure and new experiences. So this is a wonderful day for an outing somewhere special, you know, perhaps a fantasy that you've been thinking about in terms of, you know, a destination or something special that you want to do. This is a good time for a romantic outing or an outing with children that takes you beyond your normal sphere of activity. So do something new, do something that requires you to use your imagination. So something out of the ordinary and special. So on the 4th of October, the Sun will sextile Saturn. And like I said, this is that sense of duty and obligation where you're getting things done very efficiently. You know, you're not just relaxed and enjoying yourself, you're ticking all the right boxes in terms of getting things done and being very goal-orientated. On the 5th of October, Venus will sextile Pluto and Mars will square Jupiter. You know, this Mars-Jupiter difficult aspect, you know, it can produce a lot of energy. So, you know, if there's something that you need to thresh out in terms of issues with a partner, then this is a good energy to do it. You know, it could be around the home. So, and it could also be a big push, you know, to actually do something in your home, like redecorate, like renovate. So starting a project like this would be a good time, the 5th. And Venus sextiling Pluto, this is a good energy for connecting with other people. So since your partner is involved in these issues, you know, it'll be a good energy for seeing eye to eye on an issue, and then, you know, getting things done. So a bit of teamwork and cooperation again. On the 7th of October, you might just want to watch out. The Sun will be squaring Pluto. And this is going to be in the house of partnerships. So, you know, it could be a bit of a conflict with a partner. Perhaps at this time you're not on the same page. So, but use the energy constructively to get to the bottom of things. You know, find out what's really bothering you and, you know, take action based around that. On the 11th, Mercury is going to be conjuncting Jupiter in your 4th house. And so Mercury in the 4th, quite restless, you know, lots of ideas around home, property, family. So when Mercury and Jupiter come together, this could be a good time to buy property or a good time to invest in your property. You know, Mars is also going to be sextiling Neptune, which takes some of the energy out of Mars, but in a good way. So you're going to be feeling relaxed and reflective. You're going to have a good grasp of the issues. So a good time to conclude any contracts around the home or to start something in terms of a project for improving the home or strengthening family ties. It's going to be good for communication with family members as well. So the middle of the month starts getting a little bit more rocky because the full moon is going to be in hard aspects with Uranus, and this is going to be in your 10th house. So there can be a bit of surprises. The 10th house is the house of career, profession. It's where we get recognized for the work that we do, you know, so you might find at this time you're suddenly thrown into the limelight or the spotlight's on you, or you get additional responsibilities, or that, you know, tensions that have been building up come to a head. And because it's a very public house, you know, this could be, you know, something that doesn't play out in private or behind closed doors. So some unexpected events could be happening around the 10th, but not to worry. You know, I mean, it's really going to depend on, you know, if this is a very strong placement in your personal chart or aspecting a personal planet. But still, chance events, you know, around the Sun and the Moon and Uranus can always be encounters with other people, men or women. So people can surprise you at this time. And for you, it'll be playing out between the home and the office. And that's also very much where you want to assert some kind of balance this month. You know, it's that balance between a strong home base and your professional commitments. So, you know, balance between work and home, So, trying to make the home base secure so that you can function better professionally, so that there's more satisfaction. So, it's that tricky, precarious balance between both of these things. But that Jupiter in your fourth house is going to be working very well for you in terms of career as well, because it will be opposing your midheaven. So it's still interacting with your midheaven. And so there's a lot of positive energy coming in with the new moon. The full moon, just a lot of surprises. So on the 23rd of October, the sun will move into Scorpio in your fifth house. So the last week of the month, the focus is going to be on, the house of fun and pleasure and possibly speculative ventures. So, more of that gambling energy, more of that gambling luck, and lots of opportunities for romantic interludes and, fun activities around sports or anything that you enjoy or feel passionate about. So good for creativity as well. So on the 29th, Venus is going to conjunct Saturn in your sixth house. So this can bring things, this can be a good consolidating energy in the workplace. It's good for bringing people together or pushing people apart. So it depends. If there's been Venus in your sixth house will show good cooperation generally with work colleagues and so on. So Venus and Saturn together can show, connecting very well with older people, or it can show alternatively, pulling back a little bit, taking some distance. So you don't really know how this will play out. It could be a very consolidating energy in the workplace, or it could be something where people cool off just a little bit, or you cool off or back off from somebody else. So see how it plays out for you. So on the 30th of October, the month is going to end with a new moon in Scorpio, and that's going to be in your fifth house, like I said, of romance and pleasure and fun and speculative ventures. And Mercury will be trining Neptune, so this is good for bringing in a light touch communicatively. So, you'll be thinking more imaginatively, more fancifully. It's not as serious as some of the other aspects we've seen this month around Mercury. So, it's time to use your imagination, time to talk about more lighthearted subjects. So just explore things, in a way that's not so practically orientated. So very imaginative, communicative aspects. So, if you need to lighten some of the tensions that have materialized this month, especially around partners, co-workers, or in the workplace, then this is good to just let off some steam. So that's it for this month. If you've enjoyed this forecast, please like and subscribe. And if you'd like more personal advice on your chart, then you can go to my website, www.psyche.co.za, to book a reading. Thanks very much for listening.